All right, this is going to be a quick introduction to how to understand armor engagements in combat mission. It's really not complicated once you understand a few things. Now, I chose this as just a pretty screen as the beginning, but usually when I'm playing, I play like this with the trees off and the size set to +4 so that I can see everything very clearly. So what you want to do is you click on your unit or whatever unit's doing the firing, and you hit enter, and you can see the penetration ability of its different weapons. Now you can see in the bottom of the screen now, my Stug has 18 high explosive shells. That's this bottom part of the table. And it has 13 armor piercing shells, and that's this top part of the table. So that's the penetrative ability of these two different types of rounds. Now it's currently, this is a real match that I have with somebody. It's currently in a duel with these two other armored vehicles. Now, the vehicles on the bottom, it just says light tank. I'm playing with extreme fog of war, and so I don't know exactly right now what kind of tank it is. This is just the best estimate that my unit had of what this tank's abilities are. And so it's saying that it's probably got this kind of armor piercing. If it has tungsten rounds, this would be the penetrative ability. And if it has high explosive, this is the best guess of the penetrative ability of that. So this is all, my understanding is that this is all like best guess right now. And there are two of these tanks. Now the next thing, once you understand this chart, this table, you also have to look at this bottom part. That shows the armor, the ability of the armor to withstand penetrative shots. So for example, let's say I've got this duel where this tank is going to be shooting at this tank. So what I want to do is first I click on the enemy tank and I look at its armor. And the way to understand the armor is that this top part is the top armor. This part on the right is the front armor. You can see that the tank is facing towards the right. So this stuff on the right is the front armor. The stuff on the left is the rear armor, and the stuff on the bottom is the side armor, which can be confusing because it looks like it's the bottom. And then these different divisions are the different height levels of the tank. So the topmost part of the tank, the turret, has this level of armor, green, and then the middle height of the tank has this level of armor, and then the bottommost part of the tank has this level of armor. Same thing on the back. The topmost part of the rear armor is yellow, and then the middle part is orange, and then the bottom part is orange as well. And then the side armor has a top part to the side armor, and then it has a part underneath that of side armor. And in this case, it happens to be like roughly the same strength. So again, front armor, rear armor, top armor, side armor. And then these are the different heights. And the different heights of these give you a sense of like how likely it is that a tank round would hit one of these parts of the armor. So like if the middle part is really big, then an incoming shot, assuming the enemy has full field of view, an incoming shot is most likely to hit the middle part. But if you're hull down and only the top part of your armor is showing, then an incoming shot would be hitting the top part, presumably. Okay, so that's the armor. So what you do is I look at this tank that's going to be receiving the shot, and I see it has green front armor. And then I want to see, okay, can I penetrate that front armor, that green front armor? So I click on my tank, and I look at its table of ammunition here, and I see it has 13 armor-piercing rounds, and at the given range, it's 1,000 meters away. I look at 1,000 meters, and it has this green level of penetrative ability. So it appears that if I was to get a hit with an armor-piercing round at this range, 1,000 meters, that because this color, green, is the same, seems to be the same as this color green here, that suggests that a penetration is likely. So that's good. That's what I want. Versus, let's see if he can penetrate my armor. So I click on him. First, I click on me, and I see that my front armor is facing him. So that's green. And then I click on him, and I want to know, can his rounds penetrate my armor? So I click on him. I'm looking at 1,000 meters. Let's assume he's using armor piercing or tungsten rounds. Tungsten is better than armor piercing. And you can see that at 1,000 meters, his rounds will not be able to penetrate my frontal armor. So this is a matchup that I am winning hands down. The only way that I could screw this up is if I turn my tank so that my side armor is facing him, or if I use up all of my armor piercing rounds, like if he's dancing around with his tanks at that range, jumping between cover, and I use up all of my armor piercing rounds trying to hit him while he's on the move at 1,000 meters, then that would be a situation which, okay, now I'm in a little bit of trouble, because once I use up all my armor piercing rounds, my remaining rounds, high explosive, will not be able to penetrate his frontal armor at such a long distance. Um, and so even at a closer distance, the only way that my high explosive rounds would be able to penetrate his armor would be if they were to get a hit in his side armor. So hopefully from watching this, you get a sense of how to estimate the likely outcome of a duel between armor, and you get a sense of how important it is to keep your frontal armor facing towards the enemy, because there is a significant difference in the ability of your tank, your armor, to withstand shots coming from the front versus coming from the sides. And this also makes it clear why, in general, you want to keep your armor as far away as possible from the enemy. The reason is that the further away your armor is from the enemy, the the more that incoming shots are going to be hitting the frontal armor. Whereas if you have your armor very close to the enemy, it will be a lot easier for enemies to hit you in your side armor. So when I'm playing, I really try to keep my armor as far back as possible, and I peek it forward just enough so that it can hit whatever target I want it to destroy, whether that's an infantry position or an armored vehicle. So hopefully that was helpful.